Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. My name is Sam and today I'm going to be talking about lifestyle tips for software engineers. So the first tip I want to talk about revolves around finance. So you just got your first job as a software engineer, you're making six figures, and most people don't know what to do with this sudden increase of income. What I see a lot of people do is they go blow it all on a fancy car. I know the new Teslas look pretty cool, but it's gonna be, at least $40,000 out the door. My rule of thumb is if you are buying a new car and you can't pay it all in cash, you can't afford it. I see people go out to the club and order bottle service every month. That's okay to do once if you just got an offer as a new grad from Airbnb making 150K. It's okay to celebrate it once, but don't make it a regular thing. I see people going out to bars every night, spending $100 on drinks, and that stuff adds up. I had this one friend when I was interning at Amazon, and he got a one-bedroom apartment for $3,000 in downtown Portland. And I was like, dude, you're barely never at home. You're always at work, and on the weekends you're out. Like, why are you spending so much for basically storage for your stuff? So my recommendation for you is when you do get this sudden increase of income, the first thing you want to do is pay off any debt you have. If you have any student loan debt, any credit card debt, that should be your first goal, to just get rid of all of that. Another tip I have is utilize your company's 401k. Most companies will do some kind of match to what you put in. So say if you put in 3% of your salary, they'll match that 3%. This is basically free money that you're getting, and you should at least put in what your employer's matches. I recommend putting even more in. Another recommendation I have is opening up an IRA. I have a Roth Ira that I max out every year. I know it's gonna pay dividends when I retire. Basically how a Roth IRA works is you put in a certain amount every year, and when you are 59 and a half, that's when you can start taking money out without paying taxes on it. And I told my friend about a Roth IRA, but he's like, yeah, but I can't take money out until I'm 59 and a half. Like, that's so far away, I could die tomorrow. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's true, but most likely you're not. With life expectancies getting longer and longer all the time, especially by the time that we get old, 59 is not really that old anymore. A lot of people are living well into their 70s and even into their 80s. So your future self will thank you for that. One other recommendation I have is opening up a brokerage account. There's an app that I use called Robinhood, which allows you to easily open up an account and trade stocks for free. But yeah, investing your money is really one of the best things you could do. You're gaining compound interest, and basically you're having your money make money. So yeah, that's just another thing that your future self will thank you for. Other tips I have for finance is building up a savings account. You want to have at least $1,000 put away just for emergency. Most financial specialists also recommend that you stash away 6 months of living expenses in case of any other emergency. This is what I had. Some of you that follow me know that I did get laid off from my job, and having that cushion definitely made things less stressful as I was looking for a new job. But yeah, those are my recommendations for finance. Pay off your debts, invest your money, and save up as much money as you can. The next thing I wanted to talk about is health. As software engineers, we are sitting at a desk for long periods of time, staring at a screen. Some companies do offer you standing desks, which is what I use. We have a desk that can actually go up and down, and I spend part of the day standing and part of the day sitting. So that's one thing you can utilize. It's also recommended that you get about 30 minutes of physical fitness in per day. And honestly, that's not really hard. I know for some people it's still kind of unrealistic, but I think at least every other day you should be doing some kind of physical activity where your body is moving and you're sweating. For me personally, I like to go to the gym after work. Some people at my work go during their lunch hour, but you can get your fitness in other ways, like playing basketball. I know, what is that game where you're like swinging the swords? Like, that counts. But yeah, just any type of physical activity a few times a week for about 30 minutes to an hour is what I recommend. And yeah, in terms of health, you also need to watch what you eat. I know a lot of tech companies, they offer free food basically all day. Companies like Google, Airbnb, I know Google has a policy where they don't want any engineer to be more than 100 feet away from food, which is great, but that could definitely be abused if you're not careful. And I know personally for me, that would be really dangerous because I'm a huge stress eater. If I'm coding something and I'm stuck on it, I will just go and just keep eating until I figure it out. So for me, I'm glad I don't work at a company where food is that close, but I know a lot of you guys watching are in that type of situation. Another recommendation I have is to basically take breaks from coding. Don't burn yourself out. You know, for us, we're writing code 8 hours a day. I recommend that you guys find some kind of hobby to take your mind away from that, at least for a brief period of time. Like for me personally, I have YouTube. I know that my channel is related around tech and coding, but there's a huge aspect to it that's not related to that. You know, I have been learning Adobe Premiere and Adobe Photoshop, and that's really kind of where I spend a lot of my free time, and allows me to just get away from the coding aspect of things and just learn something that's, you know, quite frankly, a little different. You know, one of the reasons I do enjoy the company that I'm at is that they really value the employee's work-life balance. You know, you're expected to do your 40 hours a week, but after that, I mean, they tell you if on your off day, you know, don't check your work Slack, don't check your work email. You know, they really don't want their employees to burn out. And you know, it gives me the ability to work on my YouTube channel because I'm not completely burnt out from work. For example, one of my coworkers, she's actually has a second job as a scuba diver instructor that she does on the weekends. And having a job where you're not required to work late or work weekends really gives her the opportunity to do that. So my recommendation is find a hobby that you like that's different than your work, different than coding, and you know, allocate some time to just focus on that and, you know, just take your mind off of everything else. The last tip I have is travel. We get stuck in this routine where we just go to work, we come home, you know, you might play video games, you go to sleep, and you just repeat that. You know, most of my videos are filmed in my room, but for this video, I kind of wanted to get out and get some fresh air and just have a change of scenery for once. But yeah, I mean, you should definitely take the time to go see other places, travel. I live in the United States, and there are a ton of places here that I still need to see. You know, I'm planning to do a Euro trip probably later this year or next year. But yeah, I mean, just, you know, go see the world. The world is beautiful. And really, like, some of my best memories are from times where I traveled. So yeah, those are my lifestyle tips for software engineers. I hope you guys got something out of this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys next time.